Hey gang, hope I'm in focus. Just want to let you know that I've been deathly ill on death's door for many days. Not true, but I haven't been able to eat a whole lot because it just doesn't really stay in me. It's gross. So my demeanor might be a bit more somber than is customary. But I do want to talk about one thing. I mean, it's kind of a big thing. I don't really know how to talk about it, but I'll try to make it fast, and I might skip a lot of details. But therapy. I've recently been going to therapy for the last 2 or so months, and it's been really good. My character's origin story starts many years before, which is quite possibly my whole life. I've had these sort of for lack of a better word, like a gut instinct feelings. It's almost like I have an idea that isn't from here in my brain, it's from somewhere else. And almost 10 times out of 10, I would just stuff that feeling down or think it and go, this doesn't make any sense. Why am I feeling this? Why do I want to do this? And then I would sort of talk myself out of that feeling. And then for the last year or so, I've been going with that feeling, even though I don't understand it on an intellectual level. This may not make any sense to a lot of you, but almost 10 times out of 10, the outcome has been great. Good to great. Even though I don't understand why I'm doing something or where the idea comes from. And one of those thoughts was that I should probably go to therapy once MCS is finished. Seeing that a great deal of my life has been wrapped up in this band, and I'm not good with change. It takes me a long time to deal with that. And so I thought, maybe I should see someone. And I've had a bunch of friends, well, not a bunch, a couple of friends over the last, I guess months before deciding to do that, just randomly talk about how therapy was a great thing. And I used to go when I was younger, but I was also hopped up on goofballs most of the time, or drunk out of my mind when I was seeing people. So it's really hard to help someone when they're fucked up. And yeah, anyway, I won't get into that. So this has really been my first real therapy experience, and it's been really good. It's been really hard too. Just I've sort of realized that, being sober for 7 years, that I kind of, and this might be a partial apology to some people, but who've asked me for advice. My advice was to basically put on blinders and this is what I did anyway. Just kind of barrel ahead, full speed, and don't stop moving. And that I'm finding now as I investigate more internally that, I sort of skipped a big step, and I just have been running blindly through life, which is sad because I don't think I fully experienced things as much as I could have up to this point. But I was able to get to a place where I can now deal with things and experience them. So, I mean, it kind of works out as just a different way of going at it. And I'm trying not to get lost in all the minutiae of my story, but the main goal and the main focus right now, I've discovered, is that, and I've known this, and my wife has been telling me this ever since she's met me, is that I have to slow down, which is really hard for me to accept. But it's exciting because it's something different, and I'm up to this task. But how this affects you who are watching this, who may like these videos that I do, or who have written me literal mail that I have yet to respond to, or have written me messages on Facebook that I've only gotten up to June of 2016 responding to, is that I tend to try to do everything all at once. So I'm trying to respond to all these messages, make little videos, write songs for 4 or 5 different projects right now, and then just trying to do things like that, and be a dad and all this stuff. And I know that I don't want this to sound like poor me. It's just I'm not really good at, like, I like doing everything all at once, but I've been sort of underwater and unable to make any progress in any one thing. And I liken it to like video games where you've got a character and your progress tree or whatever. I don't know the terminology, okay? Like, I'm outing myself as not full nerd, okay? But, you know, like, let's just say you've got like these 3 trees, and one is for, you know, wizarding, and one, or magic, you know, and then one is for like guns, and one is for health. And when I play the games, I'm always like, fuck, I want to do them all. But if you level them all up evenly, you just become this kind of meh character. So it's really hard to choose one thing to do. But I think I'm realizing, this is so lame, but I'm realizing that that's kind of, you know, like life, and that I think right now I need to focus on just having some sort of base. I don't know what that is, other than cleaning out the fucking basement. My room is just a mess, and that's where I write and record, and I think I need to make that a place that is exciting to visit instead of having to shift all the boxes and stacks of paper and mail and stuff around. And I think once I can deal with that, like if I can just stop doing everything else but focus on that and get that up to a place where it's not depressing to be in, I can then work on the other things and sort of slowly pull in 1 or 2 things at a time and then start working on that. I've just never thought this way before. This is a new thing. And I'm a grown-ass man. So that's kind of sad. But it's also kind of exciting because I like challenges. So what is the point of all this? I think it's that I don't do a terribly good job as it is responding to all of you. I try, I really do try, but I may do less of a good job for a while, and then I'll end up doing a better job because it'll be easier, because I won't be constantly behind. That is my goal, that is my hope. If any of you have any advice, feel free to leave it, you know, on the YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, wherever, and I'll respond hopefully within 6 to 12 months. But thank you for listening. I hope that you have a great day and some happy holidays. And yeah, we'll see you in the future.